UFC 246 McGregor vs. Cowboy took place Saturday, January 18th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. In a thrilling welterweight bout, years in the making, former two-division champ Conor McGregor faces perennial fan favorite Donald Cowboy Cerrone. McGregor, 21-4, fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, is the former UFC featherweight and lightweight champion and aims to remind fans why he is one of the most dynamic fighters on the planet with a win over the always dangerous Cowboy Cerrone. Donald Cowboy Cerrone, 36-13, fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, looks to further etch his name in the history books by earning the biggest win of his career. Alright, let's talk McGregor versus Cowboy. Conor McGregor is an ultra-technical and precision striker that brings in a very intelligent game plan. He has a unique ability to lure his opponents into his traps and make them pay. He possesses great speed, power, accuracy, and creativeness, along with his impressive fight IQ, and tonight looks to get back in his winning ways with another show-stopping performance. But standing across from him is Cowboy Cerrone. He is the ultimate battle-tested fighter in the UFC and as tough as they come. Cowboy holds multiple records and is a modern-day Rocky Balboa. Cowboy is a knockout artist that uses a very well-balanced attack with his technical stand-up attack, but possesses a very slick and underrated ground attack as well that you can't sleep on. Cowboy, with an impressive win tonight, looks to reinsert himself right back in the title mix. Alright, and here's how it went down. The bell rings and Conor comes out almost running across the cage and threw a powerful left straight punch that barely missed Cowboy's chin, and the two fighters clinched up. Conor from the clinch threw a sneaky shoulder strike that bloodied Cowboy's nose and seemed to get his attention. After they separated, Conor fired a left high kick to the head of Cowboy that rocked him, followed by a flying knee and a few straight left punches that put Cowboy down on the canvas, and Conor continued to attack Cowboy with vicious ground and pound shots that put an end to Cowboy's night, and Conor is back. Conor McGregor defeats Donald Cerrone in 40 seconds of the first round by TKO. Guys, here's my final thoughts. Alright, let's be honest here. With the last few chaotic years Conor has had, making some questionable decisions, we were all wondering if we'd see the old Conor McGregor back in the cage. And let's not forget, he's fighting at 170 pounds, and it's been over 460 days since he's been in the octagon. Well, that question was answered in impressive fashion tonight. Conor fought a very strategic fight and implemented his game plan beautifully, and used some different techniques to confuse Cowboy to finish him in crazy fashion. Guys, here's some quick stats on McGregor. He is the former UFC featherweight and lightweight champion. He is the first fighter in UFC history to hold two titles simultaneously. He has 19 wins by KO, 1 by submission. He now has 14 first-round finishes, and McGregor is the first fighter to have knockouts at 3 different weight divisions. He now holds knockout wins over Eddie Alvarez, Jose Aldo, Chad Mendes, Dustin Poirier, and now Cowboy Cerrone. Okay, what's next for McGregor? Well, sky's the limit for Conor. He is one of the few fighters in history that can pretty much write his own ticket to fight whoever he wants. And Conor did say in the post-fight press conference he has to look at his calendar and talk to Lorenzo and Dana and see what's next, but he will be ready.
Deadline.
No, I don't think the who matters, right? I think, okay, the lightweight title will be there, right? That will be there, you know. You see the difference in the physique, the preparation, and that, and that will come back around that shot. So I'm certainly not gonna, if this fight does go ahead, sit out and wait, and then wait for it through holidays and injuries and all this type of thing that goes with it. So the who doesn't matter for me now. It's just I'm looking at dates now, and I know March was there, and I'm going to have a look at the calendar and see where we're at. And Lorenzo gets back in from Panama on Tuesday, so I'll toast the fine Irish whiskey with Lorenzo. I always look to do that, you know, tradition. I was talking with Dana, so he gets back on Tuesday to Vegas, so I'll stay here and I'll go for dinner and a toast with Lorenzo and Dana, and I'm sure we'll chat about it then and see what's what. So I'll be ready.
There are so many possibilities for Conor at this point. Showing he is comfortable at 2 different weight divisions, 55 and 70, creates even more options. So, okay, here we go. There is Masvidal holding the BMF title, Floyd rematch talks, Pacquiao talks, but Dana in the post-fight presser made it fairly clear he feels Khabib is next, and that's the fight that makes the most sense because Khabib is the title holder.
You said that, I was with you. I'm telling you right now,
Khabib versus Conor is the biggest fight in the company's and the sports history, but I think it might rival Conor and Floyd. I mean, I know he wants this fight, and I think he's willing to wait to get it. So we'll see. Listen, do I want Conor to fight 3 more times this year? Sure. You know, do I want to see Masvidal Conor? Sure. But you got to do what makes sense too. And I just really think the Khabib-Conor fight is big for both of their legacies and obviously for the sport.
There were a few venues mentioned for Conor's next fight, and one was Raiders Stadium that Conor said he would love to compete in and is almost complete. Also mentioned was Madison Square Garden and Cowboy Stadium, but Dana did make it clear that a fight in Russia will not be taking place.
Conor wants it to happen in Moscow. Is that even possible?
Nope. It ain't happening in Moscow.
Why not?
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's not going to happen in Moscow?
Pay-per-view maybe? But I don't
There's
know.
many reasons why it wouldn't happen in Moscow.
The fight that makes the most sense to me is the rematch with Khabib for so many reasons. Alright, here's my final thoughts. Conor tonight showed why he is one of the greatest we have ever seen and has ice in his veins, just shrugging off the pressure. With Conor, it's all about the next set of challenges, and he will have to decide what's next for the next massive challenge. I love seeing the new Conor, very refocused, humble, and thankful. It suits him very well. Conor is one of the greatest athletes in the world, and I like seeing him carry himself in this classy fashion. Guys, real quick, I do want to take a moment and give the future UFC Hall of Famer Cowboy the props he deserves. Cowboy is one of the greatest warriors we have ever seen in the octagon, but after tonight you have to wonder if this is close to the end. Cowboy deserves all the respect in the world, and I've enjoyed watching him compete no matter if he retires or competes again. Wow, and what can you say about the Irishman? After everything Conor has been through in the last 3 years, from one of the biggest boxing matches of the century, to destroying a bus full of fighters, to losing to Khabib, Conor bounced back and proved his critics wrong once again. He came out focused and showed the world in spectacular fashion that he is one of the best in the world and here to stay. When Conor is on top of his game, it's a true work of art watching him perform, dismantling his opponents with incredibly precise striking, and let's not mention, it's a lot of fun to watch. Conor brings in so much more than just fighting to the octagon. He has grown the sport worldwide and is truly a spectacle no matter what he does, and one of the most polarizing figures the sport has ever seen, and I'm not sure we'll ever see anything like this again. I want to give a special shout out to all of our loyal fans. We love all the feedback and we appreciate your support. This is Jake Hatton with MMA Weekly's The Lowdown Breakdown. See you next time.